Who doesn't love the Peanuts gang? If you're raising your hand, you're no friend of mine. I love the entire Peanuts franchise, with some minor exceptions. I can't help it. It's charming, it's funny, and it's sometimes even insightful. And of course, we're entering the time when the Peanuts gang becomes the most popular. Christmas time! Although, to be fair, Thanksgiving and Halloween are also up there on that list, but still, Christmas, because of the Charlie Brown Christmas specials, and by that, I mean the one everyone likes, and then the other three. Yeah, Peanuts actually had more than one Christmas special, but only one of them is really held in high regard. Let's take a look at them today. We're gonna rank them, to be specific. How good are they? Are they even good at all? What do they do right? What do they do wrong? What do they do eh? Well, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video, everybody. It's time to go through all of the Peanuts Christmas specials from worst to best. Starting off our list, it's Christmas Time Again, Charlie Brown. This one is the only one I'm not that crazy about. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I'd give it about a 5, maybe 6 out of 10 on a good day, but you can tell that this was made purely to cash in on Charlie Brown Christmas. As we all know, the first one was a beloved classic that remains popular to this very day. Obviously, TV executives knew that full well, and decided to make a follow-up that would probably get a little bit of that revenue, but still, if it made some money, it'd be worth it, right? Yeah, I guess so. This one is basically a television webcomic. You know, those animated versions of Sunday comic strips online that are basically free? Yeah, it's like one of those before those ever came around. All they really do is take storylines from the Peanuts comics word for word, string them together, and bam, you've got a movie. Sort of. I mean, it's not really a movie, it's a half hour, but you know what I mean. And don't get me wrong, the strips that they chose are very good. It's just that for a Peanuts special, especially one that's clearly banking on the success of a Charlie Brown Christmas, I kind of expected a little bit more. But I'll always take this one over something like It's Your First Kiss, Charlie Brown. Oh great, I broke the blood oath. I wasn't supposed to mention that one. Oh boy. Charlie Brown's Christmas Tales is kinda like It's Christmas Time Again, Charlie Brown. Meaning that it doesn't have one set narrative, but instead it's a bunch of different narratives. And they focus on different characters every time. We get a story about Lucy, we get a story about Linus, and Snoopy, and Charlie Brown, and Sally, and you know what? I think they're well done. My favorite especially is Sally thinking that Santa Claus is Samantha Claus. This one feels a lot shorter than it really is. It goes by so quickly, maybe because it doesn't really have any through lines to it and nothing really feels connected to anything else. But if you want to see the Peanuts gang being the Peanuts gang, and it just so happens to take place during Christmas time, then this is perfect for you. Only thing is that this one doesn't really seem to show up all too much. This one often seems sandwiched with the first Charlie Brown Christmas, either this one or It's Christmas Time Again, Charlie Brown. Very rarely will you ever find networks airing this one on their own. In fact, actually, the only way I've ever seen it myself is on the DVD to I Want a Dog for Christmas, Charlie Brown. That's it. And speaking of that one, hey, it's that one! The one that people really don't seem to like. Now, I'll admit, I'm a little biased because I grew up with this one almost as much as I did Charlie Brown Christmas. So yes, there is some nostalgic bias here, but even taking the rose-colored glasses off, I don't see what people have against this one. Maybe because it stars Rerun? I mean, yeah, Rerun's not necessarily the best Peanuts character, but in this one at least, he's far from the worst. I'd actually say this is the best appearance that Rerun has had in any media ever. A lot happens in this one too. We see Rerun on the bike, Spike comes back and gets adopted, Rerun tries to hang out with Snoopy, and it just goes all kinds of places. It's fun, it's funny, and it's also somewhat relatable. Come on, we all know what it's like when we had to beg our parents to get us a dog, and it just didn't seem to happen for the longest time, but then one day it did. Only for most of us, it didn't end up like what happened with Spike. We actually did have a happily ever after. Here's my dog to prove it. Oh wait, what was that just me? Huh. But yeah, it's charming, it's funny, it's got some good character development with a character that really didn't need to exist. What more could you want? Answer? Our number one pick that probably shouldn't have come as a surprise to anybody here, Charlie Brown Christmas. Of course this was gonna be the best one. I mean, how could it not? This is probably the best Peanuts special there ever was. It's hard to talk about it because it's so well loved and well known, but you know what? I'll try anyways. It's got a poignant message, it's got a nice moment at the end where Charlie Brown actually gets to win for once. A lot of the Peanuts cast gets focus here, like even Shermie gets something to do, and that almost never happens. The animation still holds up pretty well too. I mean, there's some animation errors, but it was the 60s, what do you expect? And the whole thing just radiates an energy of wholesome Christmas fun. If you haven't seen it, why not? And how? What? But if you haven't seen it again this year, then please, go do it. It's short. Pause this video, go watch it, and then finish it. Go on. I'll wait. Actually, no, I can't really afford to wait, so on to the outro. Well, folks, thanks for watching the video. What'd you guys think? What's your favorite Peanuts special? Doesn't even have to be Christmas. Comment below, let me know, because I'm always excited to hear what you guys have to say. Real quick, I'd like to thank our Patreon executive producers, Reziel, Lee Fraser, Sophie Burgers, Azarius, Tanner Kapishki, Whoop Doo, and Michael Bellamy. If you two would like your name read at the end of every Media Mementos video, then consider donating to our Patreon, which has a link in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time!